But his idea was, if an inspector comes to look for it, you have to be able to see it. But what do we prefer, you know? Water or inspector? I think this is better. That's what I'm afraid of, though. This right here, if we seal this, we're covered. We move on. So I think I'm gonna go, forget the inspector, I don't know what he's gonna do. I'm gonna pull all the windows to show this back there, we'll have to do it. I'd rather that than the leak. So I'd rather we do it like this, put it in the back, and once we butter this right here, not nothing heavy, just a light butter right here, then you're legit. Light butter right here, you're legit. And then you put it on. So this we didn't do. We probably have a little bit sometime, but I think the water, because we didn't have leak holes, the water flowed through. And when the water flew up in here, there was nowhere for it to go, so it squeezed through here and go on the ledge on the window. And that's what screwed us the most. Then the next thing that screwed us is we didn't water divert this. Not even this not saying that this one, but this guy. So the water goes in here and then drip down there. And you just stand there, the fucking water is in your face. Like, even when we went back a week later, water was still dripping out. Because I think it goes in there and piles up. And the fucking water, I have to drill holes in it to get the water out of it. Drill holes in it and then wet glaze it. Because I just refuse to, you're trying to caulk it and the fucking water keeps coming out right in front of you. You know? So that's like not buttering this up. The thing is you have to butter up this completely. You have to butter the top and bottom completely. And then what some of the guys did, they went and put a bulb like that. Just put a bulb, like a big mark, and they didn't include it. You remember we run into those a lot, so there's a big old thing blocking the whole thing, but underneath the water is going to go in there and leak anyway. So even though it's big old blob up here, it's nothing here, so the water is still going to go in.
And those blocks probably weren't even put on there for water diverting, they're probably put on there for blocks.
So we can't put blobs, we need to butter it. You know, water divert and butter it so the water can go in the reservoir. That's all. And if we do that, what we just do right now, like what Abel was, you know, what the guy showed last time, we'll be legit. I don't think we'll have a problem. We don't even have to butter, like what we're doing on North, we're buttering, we were caking and caulking the bottom in Isaac. You know, we're doing the bottom just to, if you want to get in there, it won't come out in front of the customer, you know? It probably stays in there forever, I don't care. But once we do the front, water can get inside, then we're legit. Make sense? But Dale came over there yesterday and showed you, and I heard today you guys just putting it in without doing it. Can't do it without it. We were putting these in without buttering them up and stuff.
The water diverters.
The water diverters we need that.
Yeah, you could do 16 shrimp.
Yeah.
Or you could just butter it up. The butter up is what you have to do.
We just didn't have it inverted.
If you don't have water diverter.
No, we have
I
water
know we
diverters.
didn't use the 16, but I know we have specific water diverters.
We are using water diverters, no ERS. We're using water diverters. If you understand how to say you can use the shim and modify it. Generally speaking, I'll take responsibility and show you that we always have water diverter. Now, if there's some reason you don't have water diverter in the field, if someone made a choice not to take it, when you come back to the shop, whenever you come back or ask someone to bring it, we'll have you have water diverter. That would not be an issue.
When you're running low on, you need to say something, not when you're out.
Alright, so just to kind of summarize, make sure we're on the same page, you understand why we're doing what we're doing, okay? Because some of you guys, you might feel like this is redundant, some of you guys may say, I know this. Here's the bottom line, we're not doing it. We're not doing it consistently. I don't know who isn't or who isn't, but the idea is that we correct this going forward, okay? Because when we open up the windows, how do I know? The windows tell me that we're not doing it. Because we just all, you guys, your peers, just testified that we didn't have caulking in our dams, right? We didn't have water diverters, right? I understand that buttering of the horizontal is not a directive we've given you guys in the past. Totally get that. We're doing that differently going forward. And I think we give you guys a while behind the one when it comes to that. And then the general stuff around flashing. right? The big change around flashing, the layout and all that stuff is still the same, haven't changed it. The only thing we're asking you guys to do is to use an adhesive, all right? And stable at the very top, so that that lip don't come down. And the reason why we're concerned about that lip coming down, one, obviously the rain falls, it becomes a little bucket, it really catches the water and eventually works its way over. And it literally delivering the water on top of your frame. And on top of your frame, if you've got holes that are not buttered up, it already come through your frames and start running out like it's cracked. Or worse, it starts flowing back into the building. Does that make sense? Alright?
And there's one thing that we do to the windows that was screwed up. I don't know how we got to that, but we put the steel can on, and we put the head can on, and we just snap it in, and then we screw it up. We can't never do that. That's a no-no. We can't do that at all, ever. We gotta put the head can in, we gotta put the screw in, we gotta butter off everything up. We gotta put the steel can, we gotta butter everything up and put the screw in.
So what do you mean by that, the frame being?
You remember we were putting everything?
So you're saying we're gonna take everything?
So we're gonna take.
No.
We just built a whole bunch of frames
No.
together.
No. What I'm talking about, you see like that?
So,
We have the head can filler in there already.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No.
The reason is because that was a screw.
Remember that?
Yes.
Remember that? But we didn't have to do that. We didn't have to do it. We could have it out, we didn't.
We still did it.
Yeah, but we still didn't have to do it.
You have to take out the can. You have to take the can. In these are fine, these are not filler.
But he was talking about the
No. I'm talking about those.
What we do, guys, just be clear, okay? The can coming on these are fine, because the filler goes into these cans, so you have access to the can, you put in your screw, butter it up, and then put your filler over. The difference between San Jacinto and Napa, we use
Two
the
lead
screw rate.
jobs.
The two lead jobs, we use a screw rate system. So the screw rate is like this, exactly like this, okay? It's already, and then we put a head can on top of it. So what we were doing is putting the whole head can on,
And then stick
put
it
it in there, and then set your screws in there. You can't do that. You gotta put the head can in. Now I understand there's some issues with sizing and some other things. Again, we will make that adjustment going forward. So ensure that we have enough space to put your head can in, anchor your head can, anchor your seal can, and then put your frame in to where everybody's nice and
But
comfortable.
then we know that we didn't make no hole deliberately for water going.
Right.
Like for instance, we did a job with Olive View and we installed operable windows in here. And what we were doing, we're putting screws all the way through here, that go all the way through here, that go all the way to the seal can. Dude, when I pulled that thing up, the fucking water was running like a river into the building. There's even extra holes. They were having a field day. We can't do all that. If you're putting a screw through, and then another thing we did, we put a fucking screw through the side, all the way through the fucking glass. When you look in the side light, you see the fucking hole. The screw, no, you can see the screw.
But it put a hole in it, remember we built it in?
You just put the screw, you see the screw through the window.
Yeah.
It goes all the way through the black part.
Do it.
Yeah, all the way through. So what we have to do, because if you leave it, if you just pull the glass out, pull the screw out and walk away, when you come back tomorrow, in a week, it's gonna be all foggy. So what I did was take the glass out, and we caulk it, and we open that, and then I did flip it, so if the customer see the screw, and you can't see the screw and see the hole right next to it, because you just show you that somebody fucked up already. You know what I mean? See it? So I flip the glass and, you know what I mean? And make it work. But so you have to be aware of shit like that. When you install those alcohol, your screws have to be not going through the frame and going through the frame and going through the glass. Or not going through the bottom, going through the bottom, going through the silk can. So
We should be providing the right screws and the right everything. So
Yeah.
we don't have to be looking for fucking.
Well,
screws.
I went and got a box of screw for you. And gave you a whole bucket
That
of
was
screws like that.
after. Oh, after I already had the eight.
Anyway, I understand. I'll try my best to make sure you guys have everything you need, you know, to do the job right. That's all.
Yeah, and guys, like I said, preferences needed in the beginning, right? We gotta understand why we're gonna get done.
Yeah,
Right?
it's
I
improved
understand-
on-
I understand, if you don't have something that you need to do your job, you gotta say something, alright? You gotta put your hands up and say something. And taking ownership of that. If you don't have something you need to do it, no, I'm not gonna buy you a whole fucking toolkit. So don't ask me for a whole set of tools. But if you need screws, you need flashing, you need
Yeah,
a
the
certain
right, we're gonna get
the
the right.
stuff for you to do your job, and you don't have it, tell me you don't have it and what you need, and I'll get it to you. Because ultimately, I don't want you guys to go out in the field, and I take this like to heart, and have to do unnecessary work or chase your asses, because your guys' job is already hard as it is. So I try my best to make things as simple and as easy as possible for you guys. When I say me and Cal and a short guys.
These guys don't like that. I don't know what's
Spend a lot of time.
a lot of money buying shit to just make it convenient for us to get the job done efficiently. That's what I want.
That's it. We all about efficiency, guys. So the other day, I was talking to David and I think yesterday. The other day, like, we build frames in the shop, and we try to do as much we can in the shop, and we put a lot of thought into it. But if you take that frame to the field, and you see by us doing, I don't know, A, is creating 2 or 3 additional steps for you, or making your job a little harder than it should, and there's an easier way to do it, please don't bitch and complain. Just call me and say, hey, Will, I noticed you guys are doing this. This is the issues we run into, and this is what I recommend. Pick up the phone, call Cal, call B, say something. Just don't be out there fussing and fighting over it and doing 3 extra steps when it's a simple call. To say, hey, no, if I have a different view on it, we'll talk through it. If Cal has a different view on it, we'll talk through it. And some things we might just say, hey, we're gonna roll with it this way because that's what the standard is. But generally speaking, it is to make this stuff as easy as possible. That's why these guys spend a lot of time prepping the frame, caulking the frames out for you guys. But again, what I get nervous with is that we get, I don't want to say lazy, but we get complacent in that, oh, the guys in the shop caulked everything up, so I don't even need to look at this shit. Right? We can't do that. Right? Because we still got, because they might miss something, and if they miss something, I want you to catch it. You know what I mean?
One of the big problems with the day too was the fucking vinyl, man.
Favorite topic.
So,
Yeah, no, that was gonna spend a whole segment to that.
wow, man, it's like, dude, I run across 4, 5, 6 windows that's half inch short.
Or it's too long, where it's like overlapping like that.
Yeah, that's wrong too. They're both wrong.
Yeah, so and then the third thing I would add to that, guys, is again, we gotta use the manufacturer vinyl. Alright? Now, I understand you probably can squeeze an Arcadia vinyl into a Conair window or a different type of window. But let's try not to do that.
Yeah.
Because there's a reason why they make their own vinyl. And the dimensions may be a 16 off where it'll fit, but that 16 makes a difference.
They look the same, but they don't fit the
They
same.
don't fit the same.
Have you noticed that when you're putting in the vinyl, like when you're putting in the Arcadia vinyl, Arcadia stuff, that should just go away. But when you put in another vinyl that looks like it, you're fucking beating the fuck out of the vinyl. You're like, you remember up north, you're like, why the fuck is this so hard to go in? It should be, but it's not. It doesn't
They
fit.
don't fit. Like up north, I swear, bro, like I go on 4 windows. And each of the 4 windows got 2 different vinyl in the same window. Like on this side got one set of vinyl, down the bottom got a different. I'm looking at this stuff, one little fatter, one little skinnier, and I was like,
You can see the difference.
it's like, man, someone was like pulling from 2 boxes or something. I don't know. But like, I'm not a psychic, but again, I'm looking at what's in front of me. And I'm not trying to blame anyone. I just want everyone to understand we own this shit. That shit can't happen. And if you don't know that it's Arcadia on the outside or the inside, or you don't know what the manufacturer is that is on the building, and I know sometimes we do mix bad, meaning inside is CRL and outside is Arcadia, like in the case of Beaumont, you gotta ask. Because I say, and I repeat it over and over and over again, but somehow when it gets out there, I'll go and see someone in the interior with a brown box. It's like, what are you doing with a brown box? Well, I'm vinyling. Well, thank you for vinyling, but that's not the right vinyl. Right? And the problem with that, when the things that I already see, like I was in Beaumont today, there's like 3 glass that shift. Like completely shift. Right? And that's the stuff it's so controllable, it makes me frustrated. It's controllable. It's just a choice. Pay attention, and if you don't know, you guys gotta feel comfortable saying, hey, I don't No one's gonna make fun of you, bro. And if they do, I don't know, talk to me or talk to Kyle, you know, we can address it. But no one's gonna make fun of you for not knowing. And before you ask a question, and we figure it out. There's a lot of shit I don't know, but I promise you I'll go find the answer. Because if I don't know, I'll tell you I'll go find the answer for you. I'll go talk to this guy, I'll talk to church, I'll talk to the manufacturer, I'll talk to any and everybody that I can find, resources I can find to get you the right answer. Because it's too important for us to cut corners and make those mistakes. Because those mistakes are costly. Bro.
Those 2 jobs that we got talked about, these guys know, we sent a whole crew on, remember? And the same windows that you guys work on, you and Mike, and it's the same exact fucking windows we pull everyone out. With this guy and that guy. It's the same, you were up there for a week and a half, we're up there for a week and a half, doing the same fucking thing. That doesn't make any sense.
2.5. Huh?
No, you were doing flashing too. Well, they weren't doing the water converters.
Oh, they didn't do no flashing.
You were doing
No,
flashing.
no, we pulled the glass. You guys were supposed to
you
pull the
pulled the
glass.
frame.
You didn't pull the frame, pull the glass and.
Okay, I take that back. You guys were doing flashing.
No, but we did a little more in front.
Yeah,
We're
we
supposed to
put
do a little more in front.
very-
But I want to get into all that. But they should have addressed the horizontal, cocked up the horizontal and flashed it.
It was a lot though, because you still to take us to do it. It was a lot.
It's a lot of work, a lot of work.
That's cool though, it's cool. That's calm, you know. We just have to, the water diverter thing, just make sure if you see a way that the window's gonna leak, you bring it to our attention. And if we follow the instruction that we have, we'll be alright.
Yeah, and we still not done, because we still gotta go back there while they test them and fucking pay for all their drywall fuckery that they gotta replace. Bottom line is, this shit is costly, and that's why we're spending this time to try to educate you guys on stuff that you know, but just maybe remind you. And we gotta raise the bar around execution of details. Period. And that part, we all gotta own that, and I need everyone.
The more efficiency, the more money we save, the bigger the bonuses.
Yep.
You know?
Job protection.
I'm not trying to, I'm trying to, you know, I always try to share the love, but we gotta get the jobs in. And those jobs, we can't do that because we're losing money on that job. Mad. I know we're losing money on quality, but it's not our fault. It's just, we got fucked with the environment, you know? We got fucked with removing that vinyl, and then have to pay those guys all that money, all that back charge. All they do is that, but the one that got leaked, it's their own problem again. So we need to get to some jobs that we can make money on. And we can have some money, so when the bonus that come around, we got money in the bank to give you guys back some. We can't lose money on all our jobs. That's we're losing, we're falling behind, you know what I mean? So we just have to come in efficient. When we're done, no leak, we can walk away to Silver Creek, test as much as you want, there's no fucking leak. And keep moving, you know? We gotta be with a big mouth like that, and we know that we're good. Right.
Alright, cool. So, with that being said, we're gonna jump into a little bit of how we go around these horizontals. And again, a part for this system is a little different, but theoretically, if you understand this, the same theory applies for the other kind of tapes, other kind of horizontals, right? And then, two, again, we enforce the area of point that we gotta cut off and seal. Again, a lot of this stuff might be redundant to you. Please do not block it out, please do not ignore this. Pay attention so we can get through this quickly as possible. And then, get questions or feedback as we finish. So, you're up.
For the one time, and we'll put them on. And we'll put this one in right here. Right? We'll grab this one. We'll put this one in nice. And when it comes to this one, we have a habit of doing this. Right? And when you do that, you end up bending the seal can and it will never sit flush in there. What we need to do, if you guys ever see this too, you need to fix it. What we need to do is start putting an 1/8 and a 1/16 shim in there, screwing it in at the shim so that doesn't hold there and that seal can stays flat. So when we put it on, it stays flat. All those frames that we just took out, all these ones we did, They were all like this, all bent. We had to fix them all. And like we found that this is the best way to fix it. So moving forward, anybody who puts end dams on this particular system right here, because it has this gap, some systems aren't like this. But in this particular system, we need to put these shims to hold this from sinking in when we put it in so it sits flat.
Too, also put in the caulking, it won't be all fucked up, you know? It'll be all good.
Second part, the buttering is up there.
Excuse me, bro.
But before we put it, let's press it down. We got to it. Let's get it down. Want to put it first or compress it?
Can I add something to that?
Yeah.
Also on the head, as for me guys, even though the like caulking on the end dam, I still shoot caulking along the corners here, just to ensure, you know, if there's any holes coming through there, and if water does get through there, there's an extra caulking behind it to ensure that it won't go through as well. You know what I'm saying? That's just an assurance for us, you know, something that if water does get passed through that level, there's an extra level of caulking. It's another
So Marco,
idea of it.
where, to the front?
Yes.
Yeah, I would decide we're gonna put it in. It makes sense. The back is
Next time
more
you
from
walk
the
up to
back.
me that
So
close,
leave the front
just letting you
looking
know
at
I might
this
snap.
Okay. I'm
pocket.
working.
So, you want it all the way to the front here?
Got me
Down here.
Man,
For your YouTube
Did I scare you?
I don't even know what part is what.
I'm not trying to talk right now. Pay attention.
Man.
But you don't install. My thing is, it's easy like this, laying on a table. What if you're on a boom installing?
Yeah, so.
It's not that
so-
easy.
Good question. So they're gonna take care of this in the shop.
Okay.
We're just showing you guys,
So when you're here,
right?
you can
So
do
if
it.
there's a
You
situation
can't stand
where
on the road. You already showed.
there's a situation where you guys gotta do this from scratch, that you understand
Yeah.
the layer that goes into that. Which you guys are still responsible for.
It's the side.
The bottom holes and
Exactly. The holes on the bot on the
And
sides.
what you're responsible for is to make sure this is done when you get it out there.
Right.
If it's not done and you guys put it in, it's your bad, not ours.
How does that work?
Because
you guys are fucking up in here,
supposed
it's
to
my
check
bad?
and make sure it's not done.
So, because
But
you
no,
fucked up the installing it here,
because
it's
you
my
put it
bad.
in, because you put it in, you
Yeah,
fucked
so
up.
it don't work
What you
like
need to
that.
do is call and say, hey, this is fucked up, not put it
Nah.
in and say it's fucked up.
Well, this
You
window
put it
that
in,
we're
it's
sitting on
not
right
your
now,
bad.
we only installed halfway. We installed the top horizontal, we couldn't put the bottom horizontal in. So that's why what he's saying is important to what we're
No,
doing.
but what I'm saying is if they get this friend to the field and this is not done and they go ahead and put it in, it's their bad.
Correct,
For
yeah.
putting it in because it was not done. I understand it was our bad, it didn't get done, but they went ahead and made it worse by putting it in and that's their bad. They could control
But
it.
sometimes it's a reason why it's not why you didn't finish it. You know what I mean? It's a reason why you didn't finish it.
So now you gotta stop and make a call and figure out why it wasn't finished.
We're gonna try our best
Sabotaging him.
to make the frame 100%. But check this out, guys. What you're doing, we used to go in the field, sit next to the
right next to the
building
opening.
with a saw and cut it and make it. So what we're doing now, this is fucking butter. Yeah.
Alright guys, let's not get distracted.
All the way across.
Yeah.
Sometimes when we're anchoring, you don't take an issue that, you know, the screws on the bottom are lifting it up about an eighth. And when we anchor them, it kind of dents the frame in. And we're not additioning that the two screws that are underneath the end dam is lifting up the jams.
If when you anchored it,
So-
when you anchored it, you put your shims underneath the screw, it wouldn't have been down.
That's what I'm saying. Sometimes, you know, they don't know that to add that eighth to the middle so it doesn't dent in. So sometimes, you know, if you have the end dam screws that are lifting the jams up, add additional eighths to it in the middle so at least you can balance it out.
You find your
You know?
center on your seal
So
pan.
it's not, when you put the filler in, it's not unleveled
Yeah,
or
or it's
it's
buckled,
not,
yeah,
it's not buckled.
Because then the filler don't go in.
Yeah, and then if you put the filler in and then you guys set the glass, sometimes the vinyl's diving or it's offset, the glass looks a little offset, it's always gonna cause a problem.
So,
it's just
so most of the
another
time to
addition.
prevent that, what we try to do is do either quarter-inch shim or a 3/8 shim.
Correct.
So if you
Or
put the
just
shim where the
add
screws
shims to
are,
go above that
stay off the
screw.
indents.
above.
Stay off the
Correct.
indent.
To stay off there.
Stay off the indents.
Got it.
Right now, finish cleaning off the clip.
And you guys said yesterday we were supposed to do the whole entire clip, right? Top?
Just like an L.
Right here. The L.
No, that's good like that. I mean, I'm just concerned about the end up being in the back. Like I said, two things, you know, this is a dry spot, this is a dry spot, and this is a wet spot. And that's what you need to make sure that, you know, over here is as close as you can, you know. Because if you leave a hole there, you're leaving a hole there. I mean, you're putting caulking and everything, you know, but you're creating
The
a,
problem we have is that with those windows you guys fixed, they all leak on this backside.
yeah, but not, the thing is, not just because you see that water is leaking from the outside, from the back.
No, I'm talking about water coming through the back of the end there.
Yeah, but that's why you put a secondary caulking here, like I did on those other frames, remember?
Right. Yeah, the issue we have is that with the screw rays, you couldn't caulk up, like this needed to be caulked properly.
You can still caulk right
Yeah,
here.
they're gonna
But
still caulk
what's
inside.
happening is the water's getting here into that screw and it's going in here. So if we caulk
Well,
just right
well,
here,
first-
not right here, the water's still
Well,
coming
first
out.
of all, you shouldn't be getting water in here.
We shouldn't be, but we were.
Yeah, but that's because,
but we shouldn't be.
because we weren't putting
I
caulking
get
in
it,
the
I get
clean,
it, but
and then over here in the front.
I get it, but they're trying to prevent it from happening ever again.
Yeah, so, you know.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but listen, we're talking about the variation in size.
That
I
one
don't,
is, that one is good there.
Yeah.
But the other one is short. It's about half inch short.
Can be, you don't have half inch.
No, it's
On the
short,
other
shorter.
side, yeah.
We just got two regular indents. A little bit shorter. This is a little bit bigger than that side.
Oh, okay. We can go for, I mean, we can talk, I kinda prefer.
The thing is, we pull them forward and then we butter them,
We
you
butter
can
them.
see that.
Yeah,
But I want it to be in the back tight, because we can't see in the back.
I agree with you.
And that's where the water go
the
in.
water goes in.
When we pull, remember we installed an inch forward?
No, that's where you're wrong. That's not where the water goes in, that's where the water
Come out, yeah. Caught me, Brendan.
No, well, we're trying to
I
solve the
know,
problem,
I
we need to
know.
speak on it direct.
I got you, buddy, I got you.
Alright, so where we at? So the horizontal. Anyone could someone tell me what are we doing with the horizontal clips, the waterproof one?
Caulk across the top.
Across the
Shot in
top,
the
the top,
front.
and the
You
front?
shot down to the front.
Okay.
And then again, and then after the horizontal, you cut again.
Correct. So now we're gonna go to step 2, which is the front of the frame with your water diverters.
View from the inside so they can see. The water diverters, they need to be an eighth away from the pocket, stop pocket. So you're gonna have to cut them. That's what these are for.
So just an FYI, we're using some steel water diverter. I don't know, it's like one of the tanks water diverter because I've never seen those like that before. But typically they're plastic.
You take your
That's why I
pliers
couldn't do
like
it.
so. Give it a little bend.
About what, about an income going up?
Here, let me just make sure it's on there.
Butter? No, I got myself.
And then when you're doing this, you gotta make sure the caulking stays out of the stop pocket. When you get in there, you gotta make sure you clean it out or else the stop won't go back in. And the vinyl pockets too. You gotta clear the vinyl, make sure the vinyl pockets are clear.
And then with the carton, we shove it back too. So if water does get in, it goes out that way. And then too, we put some caulking inside here. Over there, here. And then we bring it down to the silk can.
Yeah, and just another thing, guys. Since we're not screwing down that horizontal on the bottom, just make sure the vinyl pockets line up. That's another concern, because if not, if they offset, you're gonna have an offset vinyl, and that's gonna be noticeable on the bottom for sure. I mean, the top one you can probably get away with it, but I mean the bottom one, you gotta make it look like the top one.
And before you do this, you should peel the paper. So the paper doesn't get stuck in the caulking.
Should we have them do it already? Should we have them try to do it already?
Just wait till you're done, and then they can go.
Put them more in this one.
Questions, comments, complaints? Anybody?
Pretty much it, huh?
Yep. You guys all have one in front of you? Don't knock yourselves out.